Welcome to My Zone Online School. My name is Teacher Mutsa. Get your education booklet in our daily newspaper, street sales, or at your school every Monday to Thursday for pre-primary up until grade 3. The lessons are for listening or watching online. Inside the newspapers, there is an insert of the lesson booklet. Please cut the top of the lesson booklet with a pair of scissors and fold it for ready to use. But there is more. We are also available on our online platforms, MyZone and Zoshi Facebook pages, and in addition, our website, Zoshi Online. Hello everyone and welcome to My Zone Online School. My name is Teacher Mutsa and thank you so much for joining me today. Our theme this week is local transport. And before we get into any lessons, boys and girls, we need to sanitize. So let's take our sanitizer and sing our special sanitizing song. Sanitize every day so the germs can stay away. Sanitize every day so the germs can stay away. Yay! Good job, everyone! For today's lesson, we'll be doing decomposition and numbers. Now, boys and girls, let's do a little bit of mathematics on page 15. On page 15, we are going to be doing decomposing. Now, as we decompose, this means that we are breaking up a number, and then after that, we are putting it together in a different way. So, they have given us the example of 12, and they said 12 is made up of 1 tens and 2 units. And then after breaking up 12 into tens and units, they have decided to put it in a sum, which now says 12 equals 10 plus 2. So that's what we are going to do as well. But we're going to do 12 together again so that we understand what we need to do for the rest. So let's take a look. Now 12 is on the board and we need to break it down. Now remember, we have tens and then we have units. Mr. Tens likes to stand in front of Mrs. Units, and then Mrs. Units likes to stand alone. She has a small group of friends from the number 1 all the way to the number 9. But Mr. Tens has a big group of friends from the number 10 all the way to 99. But we're only going to focus on 12. So the way they have broken it down is they have given Mr. Tens, his friend, which is 1. And then Mrs. Units, her friend, which is 2. Now when we're putting it back together again, we now say their proper numbers. Now, like I said before, Mr. Tens is friends with numbers from 10 going on. So we cannot put him as a 1 when we say 12 equals something. So Mr. Tens needs a friend with him, and he will put a 0 with the 1 to make it 10. So now we know it says 12 equals 10 plus Now remember what I said about Mrs. Units. She doesn't have a lot of friends. In fact, she likes to stand alone. So we're always going to see one digit for Mrs. Units. And her digit today is 2. Now we have completed the sum. It now says 12 equals 10 plus 2. So we're going to try the same thing with the number 15, the same one that's in your book. So let us start. First, we need to break them down to decompose. And the first one we're going to take is this one here, this digit here. We are going to give this digit to Mr. Tens. Why? Because Mr. Tens likes to stand in front of Mrs. Units. So we say the 1 goes to tens, and then we say 1 tenth. Now we are moving on to the next digit. The next digit is friends with Mrs. Units. So the 5 goes and stands underneath Mrs. Units. Now we have broken the number apart, but we need to put it back together in a sum. So we are now going to say 15 will equal, and the first one to stand in front is Mr. Tens. But like we said before, he doesn't like to stand as a single digit. So we're going to take our 1 and then we'll put a 0 for his friend. So we have 10, and now we are adding plus. Then Mrs. Unit's friend has no problem standing alone. So we say 15. 5. Not 15. So we have said 15 equals 10 plus 5. Now we have put it in the right order. So you're going to do that for the rest of the sums. And then at the bottom of that same page, we have number bonds. So we're going to do the first number bond together. We have 16 sitting right on top, and then we have 10. But we need to find out what's in this one. So what we're going to do is say 16, 10, and then we need to find out the other number. So we are going to use the same method that we did for this one. We are going to say we have the number 16, and we're going to break it down to say 1 tenth and 6 units. And then we're going to try and do it again by making it a sum. We can say 16 is equal to 10, because we already have 10 there, plus, which number do you think is missing? Yes, it is the number 6. So we're going to put our 6 here, which means this is the same number that's missing here, because we have our 16 here, our 10 right here, and then our 6 over here. Now we have completed the number bond, where 2 numbers will equal 1 bigger number. So take your time with this page, grade 1s. I know it looks like a lot of work, but if you remember Mr. Tens and his friends and Mrs. Units as well, you'll be just fine. For now, let's move on to the next page, page 16. On page 16, we are going to be circling the smaller number first. It's all about numbers. So the first one we're going to do is circle the smaller number. So we have 5 and we have 8. So what we're going to do is use our number line, and we're going to look out for either 5 or 8. The one that we come across first is the smaller number. So we are going to count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We have come to 5 first, meaning that 5 is the smaller number. So what we need to do is circle 5 to show that he is the smaller number. Now we are going to go to the other part of the exercise, where it says now that we are going to circle the bigger number. We have the number 10 and 3. So instead of now looking for the smaller number by counting and saying the first one we get to is the one that is small, we are going to look for the bigger number. So we're going to still use our number line, and we need to find the second number first. So we are going to count backwards. We'll start from 10. 10. If 10 is already the one we're starting from and it's the bigger number, then that means it's also the bigger number there. So we don't have to go very far. 10 is our bigger number. So you can even circle in a different color to show that these are the bigger numbers and then these are the smaller numbers. Take your time, boys and girls, with that one and make sure you use your number line correctly. After that, you want to fill in the missing numbers. So this one is very easy. We're just going to do it together. It says 1, 2 is missing, 3, 4 is missing, 5, 6 is missing, 7, 8 is missing, 9. And now we have filled in the missing numbers. So the same thing can be said for the rest that you're going to do, the ones that are on the chalkboard. Make sure that you count. I wanted to help you with the first number for the second one, which is 1. And then after that, you have your 2 already there. Then you can continue. So boys and girls, it's all about your number lines today, and it is all about Mr. Tens and Mrs. Units. Remember, Mr. Tens likes to have 2 friends. So if there's only one there, you need to put a 0 for the other friend. And then, when you're counting, use your number line carefully. Take your time with both exercises, boys and girls, and I'll see you soon after the advert break.
Follow us on MyZone Facebook Active Kids to watch your daily lesson and other fun activities with Zoe and Zoshi.
We have now come to the end of our lesson, boys and girls, and I hope you had fun. I know I did. So, if you're not sure about something, you can always ask an adult to help you. But make sure that you finish all your exercises by yourself. So now that we are done with our work, we need to sanitize. So let us take our sanitizer and we rub inside, very good, around our hands, in between our fingers, on our wrists, and our fingertips too. Good job. Make sure your hands are dry before you touch anything else. Sashi and I wanted to go and see what the train looks like. So I wonder if he's here. Oh, there he is. Are you ready to go on a train, Sashi? Wonderful. So, from Sashi and I, we would like to say thank you for joining us today. And goodbye.
Our online school will help you along the way. Find us at www.zoshi.online and download the booklet. Follow us on Facebook to never miss a video. Subscribe to our Zoshi Telegram channel if you want to receive daily updates. Proudly sponsored by the Ministry of Education, Arts and Culture, Namibian Community Trust, UNICEF, MyZone Online School, Amos Meerkat Syllabus, and Capricorn Foundation.